Welcome to me and my uncle.
NFL Weekly Rundown, Week 15. Danny, how are you doing?
Good.
How did you enjoy the football last weekend?
I didn't love it.
You didn't love it? How about we touch on a little bit of what we saw? Did you see any of the Green Bay-Detroit game on Thursday night? You probably didn't see till the end,
Yeah.
but Lions won. So that was awesome. At noon on Sunday, I'm guessing you probably paid mostly attention to Kirk Cousins.
No, actually.
You didn't watch that one? No? Which did you watch at noon?
Well,
Cleveland-Pittsburgh, maybe?
yeah,
Did you?
mostly.
Okay. Russell Wilson played well. And I'm not going to blame, although the Vikings, boy, you didn't see Sam Darnold's big explosion. He was awesome. We'll talk about that when we get to the Vikings, but
Which will be kind of a lot.
yeah, but he threw 5 touchdown passes. And they smoked Cousins, so he did not get revenge. 3 o'clock games, oh man. Did you waste your time with the Chicago Bears game? Like I
No.
did? It was,
And I'm glad
I'm going to teach you a new word, abysmal. That means like terrible, horrible, awful. It was abysmal.
They lost like 35-17 or something.
Even worse, 38-13. 24-0 at halftime. I'll give you some of the details when we get to them. They're bad. 7 losses in a row. They're abysmal. But I bet you watched more of that Bills-Rams game.
That was
Wow.
a great game.
Just touchdown, 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 touchdown. It came down to the end. Bills had to try that onside kick, and they didn't
make
get it. And then I think the Rams just ran out the clock after that, right? Yeah, but boy, Stafford, huge game. Puka Nacua, huge game. Josh Allen, whoa.
Pretty good.
He had a touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, really, when the score is 44-42, a lot of guys are probably having big games. Nobody on defense was having a big game.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about the Sunday night game between the Chargers and Chiefs? You catch any of that one?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs got up 13-0, probably when you went to sleep. And then the Chargers scored 2 touchdowns pretty much right in the third quarter to take the lead. The Chiefs won at a last-second field goal. Again.
Oh my god.
I think they maybe have won 3 games in a row on last-second field goals. All with different kickers. Because their main kicker got hurt.
Harrison Butker.
Then their next guy got hurt, which I don't even remember what his name was. Something that started with S. And then there was a guy named Matt Wright, I think was his name, who kicked the game winner on Sunday night.
Wow.
So
3 good kickers.
yeah. And some teams don't even have 1 good kicker.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Monday night game, Bengals and Dallas. You said you watched some of it. You didn't catch any of the Simpsons cast, but I'll show you how to, because you can rewatch that if you want to. But man, Burrow and Chase, I think Burrow threw 18 times to Chase, and he caught 14 of them.
Wow.
He is just by far the best receiver in the league. And it's just crazy to think that that team is 5-8 because Joe Burrow is putting up numbers and Jamar Chase is putting up numbers.
And they're not playing that good teams.
Yeah, and they really haven't beaten anybody any good. I mean, Dallas is the best team they beat, which
Yeah.
it's not very good. Okay, I bet you are interested in hearing how you did last week with the picks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we beat Grandpa. He lost 4 games. We both lost 3 games.
Okay.
Okay?
Which I would like to hear.
Yep, we both lost Jags against the Titans because the Jags won.
Yeah.
We both lost Bills against the Rams because the Rams won. You lost the Cardinals against the Seahawks because Seattle won. And you know, I don't learn from mistakes. I picked this team to beat San Francisco, which may have been the dumbest pick I've ever
We
made.
might need to say this isn't the Bears field.
Yeah, this is some other field, the field of
Lions?
champions. Could be Detroit's. Sure, we'll say it's Ford
Lions.
Field. We can say it's Ford Field. And Grandpa missed. He picked the Packers over the Lions. He missed the Titans-Jags game also. He also picked Arizona like you, and he also picked Buffalo like us. He beat us against the point spread. He went 8-5. You won 7 games, and I won 6 games.
Okay.
So now on the season, picking winners, 143, 142. Still one behind me with 4 weeks to go.
How about the point spread?
Point spread, you're up 111 to 105. So you're 6 better than me. So still winning there. Okay, I think that some of these teams now, at this point of the season, if they are so terrible, I'm just going to say their record and say that they're out of the playoffs. And if you have anything to add about them, go for it. But I'm not going to, get real deep into the Cleveland Browns situation these days, or, teams like that. So,
The Raiders.
you got it. Okay. Thursday night is an important game in the NFC West.
Rams go to San Francisco to play the 49ers.
Yeah, the Rams are right back in the playoff hunt with a win over Buffalo. But they do have a losing record in the NFC, which is important when it comes to tiebreakers. Like if both teams finish with the same record in the playoffs, the first thing they'll look at is did those teams play each other? And whoever won would go. But if they didn't play each other, like the Commanders and Rams, they aren't going to play each other this year. You would look at how's their NFC record. And right now, the Rams' NFC record isn't great. So their best chance to make the playoffs is going to be to win this NFC West. San Francisco, okay, so they got blown out by Green Bay. They got blown out by Buffalo. And then they just destroyed the Bears on Sunday. It wasn't even close. And this is with no McCaffrey, no Mason. Nick Bosa didn't play. Brandon Ayuk still out for the season.
Is Purdy out?
Purdy played.
Oh.
So
was it pretty much the only 3 good players?
It was Purdy and Kittle were crushing the Bears.
How about Samuel?
Samuel didn't do great. In fact, I think he said he put something on social media like, I need the ball more. Something like that. So he's not exactly thrilled with how much they're giving him the ball. But hey, they beat the Bears. They beat the pants off the Bears. So
That would be kind of weird.
that's a saying. I don't think don't take it literally. That's not really happening. Okay, when these teams played on week 3, this was a long time ago, but the Rams won by 3. Okay, this one's in San Francisco. Huge game in the West. What are your thoughts?
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. San Francisco's favored by 2.5.
Well, I honestly kind of have an upset. I'm picking the Rams 28-21.
Yeah, I think after watching that Bills game, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of
And the
same
Bills are
thing.
a good team.
The Bills-
And San Francisco.
Kind of up and down.
Yeah.
That's sort of the way I looked at this one. I picked it really close, but I did pick the Rams 26 and the 49ers 24. I just think Puka and Kupp and Kyron Williams in the backfield with Stafford, wheeling and dealing, it's going to be too much for the Niners. But it's really do or die time. I mean, whoever loses that game is going to be in hot water for any sort of a playoff spot, I think. All right, we got 7 games on Sunday afternoon at noon.
Ravens, Giants, which is not even a good game.
No, did you see the point spread on this one? I think it might be the highest of the year.
14.5.
That's a lot. 2 touchdowns plus.
Wait, what
just a
was the
little.
one for Lions and...
Was it the Titans that was like 13 or the Jags that was 13? One of those was right around there. Yeah, so this is a huge point spread. The Ravens are coming off their bye week. And they do have some losses to bad teams this year. Remember, they lost to the Raiders at home, and they lost to the Browns on the road. Now they're traveling to the Giants, who are the only team in the NFC to be eliminated from the playoffs. Now the Panthers and Bears know that they're out of the playoffs, but mathematically they're still alive. I heard Tommy DeVito is back to starting for the Giants. Whether that's good, bad, the same.
So they cut Drew Lock.
Didn't cut him. I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt. Yeah.
My
So
gosh.
I know it's just see teams with bad offensive lines, they get their quarterbacks crushed.
They are definitely gonna pick a quarterback.
Yeah. When the draft comes up, these teams with 2 wins, like the Raiders and Giants, they got to be thinking about quarterback. Yeah. Okay, you said it's a 14.5 point spread. What's going to happen in the Meadowlands when these 2 teams play?
I don't have so big of a blowout, but I do have a pretty high scoring game.
Okay.
Well, it's a 10-point win I have.
So you got the Giants covering the spread. Okay.
Ravens 31, Giants 21.
Okay. I've got a similar point total for the Ravens. I'm going to go 30. But Tommy DeVito and the Giants, I just don't see them scoring more than 13. So that's what I'm going with. 30 to 13. Here's a game I plan on spending less than 60 seconds talking about.
Well, both teams are horrible.
Abysmal, if you want to use a new word.
Have I said who was playing?
Nope, go for it.
Jets, Jaguars.
Here's my less than 60 seconds. The Jets have a 3-10 record. They have been eliminated from the AFC playoffs. The Jaguars have a 3-10 record. They have been eliminated from the AFC playoffs. What do you think about this pillow fight in the AFC?
Quinny.
We put her bed there and everything, and she's just, okay. Well, whatever. You got anything to say about this AFC pillow fight?
No.
Good. Let's just get it out of the way.
Jets 28, Jaguars 27.
Yeah, I didn't want to pick the Jets, but I'm going to take them 20 to 16. I just think Rodgers did have a 300-yard game, his first in like 2 years. So maybe they'll get it done. Okay, next one at noon.
Here's another game we're probably not going to spend a lot of time on.
No, I don't think so.
Cowboys, Panthers.
Yeah, boy, with the game tied, you probably missed this part of the Bengals-Cowboys game, but with the game tied 20 to 20, the Cowboys blocked a punt, but it went forward a little bit.
Grandpa told me about
Yeah, and then the Cowboys guy touched it, and the Bengals got it, and then they threw like a 40-yard touchdown pass to Chase, and they won. Dumb play by the Cowboys. Yeah, so Carolina, Bryce Young had the Panthers in position to win at Philadelphia, but the Eagles stopped them on 4th down, and they lost by 6 points. So I see a team, Dallas, who, again, mathematically might still be in the playoff picture, but I can't see them as a playoff team. And then the Panthers playing better football. And would you believe, for the first time in probably 30 games, the Panthers are favored.
That's
At least 30 games, yeah. So do you think the people who pick these lines are right that the Panthers are actually going to win this game? Or do you see the Cowboys getting it done in Carolina? Oh, here you go. You can drop.
I have the pen.
You can drop 2 pens now before we have to nab one. Oh, I'm mixing it up. I won't look. I won't judge. I won't look. I won't influence you in any way. I'm not looking. What is it? What did you conclude? And why did you change? Why did you change? Oh, changed again.
Well, I was just thinking I want to say it.
Okay.
Chuba Hubbard,
Okay.
mostly.
That's a good idea. That's a good thought.
Not Bryce Young at all.
All right. Even though he's playing better?
Well, he's playing. Oh.
Okay, you just want to ride Chuba Hubbard and let
Yeah.
him take the promised land. Yep.
Panthers 28, Cowboys 27.
I'm going to say the Panthers actually cover the point spread. I'll go 23-20, but we got the same winner. All right, one playoff-bound team if the season ended today, and one team that is probably not going to the
The
playoffs.
Saints.
Not listed. Not listed. Although technically they are kind of in the hunt for the division. But tell us what the game is. You got it.
Commanders play Saints.
Yep. Commanders are 8-5. They are one game better than the Rams, you can see here. So they would get the 7th playoff spot right now in the NFC if the season ended today. Derek Carr got injured against the Giants in the Saints win.
Don't tell me Spencer Rattler's going in.
I don't know if it's him or their guy Jake Hayner, I think is their name. But whoever it is, if it's not Carr, the Saints are in trouble.
Yeah.
And Carr was concussed and he hurt his left hand. I can't believe he's going to play on Sunday, but the coach didn't say he was out, at least yet.
Wait, Carr might play?
The coach hasn't said he won't play, but I just personally, the way he got nailed and was down on the turf for so long, if I had to guess, I would say Carr's not going to play.
Well, hopefully he is.
Oh, okay.
But I'm still not picking the Saints.
Yeah, I think the person would have to be crazy to pick the Saints in this one.
Commanders 27, Saints 20.
I'm really close. Commanders 27, but the Saints 17. I meant to tell you too. Remember we picked the same score in the Tennessee Jags game last week, 20-17. So did Grandpa. He picked 20-17,
Seriously?
and none of us talked to each other. Now the Jags won 10-6, so we were all wrong.
Yeah.
But still, the fact that
would be amazing.
we all got the
if we
same
all got it.
score. Yeah, pretty wild. Okay, here's a game of teams that aren't probably going to factor into the playoffs.
Did you say your score?
Oh, did I? Yeah, Washington 27-17.
Oh.
Yeah, just a field goal different from you.
Bengals, Titans.
Like we talked about earlier in the Monday night game, Burrow to Chase. I'm telling you, it is the best quarterback to wide receiver tandem in the NFL right now. I don't
And
know.
they're only 4-8.
5-8 actually. You could update that to 5-8, and you could change the Cowboys to 5-8 also, because that was those got printed before the Monday night game. So yeah, only 5 wins. That's the really strange part about what's happening with the Bengals. And you were saying like the Raiders and Giants should pick a quarterback. I think the Bengals should probably be looking at defense, like anybody to rush the passer. I think that would help. Here's a team I'm going to spend 15 seconds talking about. The Titans are 3-10, and they have been eliminated from the playoffs in the AFC. So, the Bengals probably think if they win their next couple games, they could maybe, get back in it.
Get in the hunt.
Get in the hunt, yeah, but they cannot lose a game like this.
Yeah.
So you're wearing the jersey of the guy who starred on Monday night. I can't believe you're going to take the Titans in this one.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Then I was smart not to believe.
28, Titans 21. And Bengals.
Bengals 28-21 is what you mean? Okay. I'm going to say the Bengals will also cover the spread. A little bigger bit of a blowout. Bengals 33, Titans 17. 2 more games in the noon window. And this one
is a horrible game.
one great team, one awful team.
Well, the Chiefs aren't that good, but
Well, by
they
record.
find a way to win.
By record
They
and by
find-
Super Bowls. I mean, yeah, find a way to win. You're right. Tell us the game.
Chiefs, Browns.
Yeah, so I told you that the Chiefs won on a field goal by their 3rd kicker of the season. Last second field goal. The field goal doinked off the upright, and then went through.
Wait, so it went.
It like hit the inside of. It was like coming. Is it gonna bounce this way? No, it bounces this way and goes through.
Wow.
Yeah, on the last play of the game. So, like you're saying, Kansas City, are they lucky? They're playing a lot of close games. Are they that great? Well, let's see come playoff time, because that's when it really matters. But some of these games, like, wow, Carolina, you needed a last-second field goal to beat you. The Chargers are a better team, but still, a last-second field goal to beat them? Wow. They're just playing razor-thin close games. Cleveland, you've heard this before, they have a 3-10 record, and they have been eliminated from the AFC playoffs.
I've heard that like 5 times.
Because there are a lot of teams who are 3-10 and are out. So what do you think about this one where the Chiefs are a 4.5-point favorite in Cleveland, which seems low? Like, really? You're only a 4.5-point favorite against the lowly Browns?
Well, I have 5, but.
Oh, you have 5 on your sheet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Similar.
Chiefs 28-24. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
I'm not really excited about this game at all.
Okay. I've got Chiefs 26, Browns 19. I think the Chiefs will cover the 4.5, 5-point spread, whatever it is.
Okay game.
Okay game in the AFC. Yeah.
Miami Dolphins play Houston Texans.
Yeah, my Miami Dolphins needed overtime to beat the Jets. They were not very impressive in that game. I mean, needing overtime to beat the Jets at home, they're 2 games behind the teams who are 8-5 in the wild card hunt. You can see there are 3 teams here that are 8-5: Ravens, Chargers, and Broncos. Those are the teams the Dolphins are chasing. So they need those teams in front of them to start losing. Houston has a 2-game lead in the AFC South, but after this game against Miami, the Texans' next 2 games at Kansas City and at home against Baltimore. That's 2 pretty tough games upcoming for CJ Stroud and company. She just will not. I mean, how many times? Okay, let's not let it distract us. We'll just focus.
Dolphins.
Yeah, but any thoughts about this one, or just a score?
I have a close game.
I have a really close game. Yeah.
Oh, are any of the good Texans players back?
Well, Diggs is done for the year.
Yeah, I know.
But Nico Collins has been back for a while. That Al Shazier, the guy who got suspended for hitting Lawrence, this will be the first game that he misses.
Okay, and then so he will.
Or Al Shire, I think his name is Al Shire.
He will be back if the Texans make the playoffs.
Yep, he would actually be back, I think, for the last game of the season. Wow. What kind? You said you have a close score for this game. What is it? Everyone's just on dog duty nonstop.
And now she doesn't even know how to
Yeah.
Dolphins 28, Texans 20. Dolphins 27, Texans 28.
You got Texans by 1. Funny, I've got Texans by 1 also, but 27-26. So very similar. Okay, 5 games at 3:00, and this, you'd be surprised, is kind of a big game in the AFC playoff hunt. Kind of, sorta.
Well, Colts travel to Denver to play the Broncos.
Yeah.
To play the Broncos.
And yeah, what do you got?
Why did the Broncos get rid of Jerry Jeudy? I thought he was still on them.
Yeah, sometimes when a new coach comes in, and if he didn't draft the guy himself, he might just prefer a draft pick to the guy that maybe doesn't fit his offense or something like that. So I get the feeling that that's probably what happened. But yeah, Jerry Jeudy in that, was it the Monday night game against Denver? He just up and down the field. I think he had like 200 yards, 230 yards. That was huge. But yeah, here's what I know about this game. With a win here, if the Colts were to win, it would be huge. Because their next 3 games are against the Titans, at the Giants, and at home against the Jaguars. 3 wins, 2 wins, 3 wins.
That would put them in a playoff picture.
I think so. So that's why this game is huge, because this is their toughest game left. And you could conceivably see them winning their next 3 games after this, which, would put them in pretty good shape. But Denver, a win here, and they bury the Colts. The Colts would be pretty much out. And the only teams that Denver would really have to worry about for a playoff spot is maybe Miami, and then the Bengals if they just ran the table. So that's why it's a big game, because whoever wins is sitting pretty, and whoever loses is not in great. I mean, Denver could probably survive a loss. I haven't looked at their schedule that's upcoming, but things would get tighter if Denver lost. So what are you thinking, Anthony Richardson, Bo Nix?
Well,
These quarterbacks can be streaky, not always.
this
good.
this is a huge game for the Colts, like you kind of said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe them though. I don't believe that they can win.
I don't really either. I struggled with this one, but I'm on the same thought as you.
Broncos 29, Colts 21.
Okay.
So kind of a weird score.
Yeah, 29, maybe a missed extra point or 2-point conversion somewhere around
Or
there. Bunch of field
20
goals.
and then 3 field goals.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you that the Broncos will win, but I will take Indianapolis to cover the 3.5 point spread. Yeah. I'm going to take Denver 20 and the Colts 17. Okay, neither team is in the playoff picture right now, but one could get in there.
Patriots Cardinals.
Tell me if you've heard this before. The Patriots are 3-10 and have been eliminated from the AFC playoffs.
Not surprised.
The Cardinals, they took a home loss against Seattle. Remember I told you
That
Seattle
was a
had
big
won?
game.
Yeah, and I told you that Seattle had won maybe 5 or 6 in a row. I think it was 6 in a row over Arizona now. So they kind of have the Cardinals number. And that loss against the Seahawks really is going to make it tough for the Cardinals to make the playoffs.
We have 2 or 3 games.
At the 3 o'clock. Yeah, we got 3 games left at 3 o'clock. Yeah. Oh, we didn't give. Yeah, we were supposed to show your mom.
I gave her 3 because
Okay.
I
Well.
just thought,
Oh well.
never mind.
Yeah, we're okay. We're not hard up on time yet. What are your thoughts on this one as the Patriots travel to the desert?
This is the Patriots are another team I don't believe in.
Yeah, I mean 3-10. No, their fans are watching. Is Drake May good? That's all they care about. I think.
Well, Cardinals 20, Patriots 17.
It's a pretty good game. I'll take Cardinals 27, Patriots 16. I think the Cardinals will rebound from their tough loss here. Got to be the game of the week.
Definitely.
Wow.
Bills travel to Detroit to play the Lions.
Yeah. Boy, in that 42-44 loss in LA to the Rams, Josh Allen became the first player in NFL history ever to throw for 3 touchdown passes and run for 3 touchdowns.
Grandpa told me that.
6 touchdowns, 1 game. Holy cow.
Crazy.
First time ever. And they lost. They need a little bit of help from their defense, I think. The Lions, in that game against Green Bay, their head coach, Dan Campbell, he is very aggressive.
He is very aggressive and good.
Good and aggressive, and he goes for 4th down a lot. 5 times he went for it on 4th down against the Packers. 4 times they got it. At the end of the game, he went for it, where really they just could have kicked a field goal and kicked off the ball back to Love with like 35 seconds left, or maybe 40 seconds left. Instead, Campbell says, we're going for it, when their field goal would have given them the lead. They go for it. They make it. They then run the clock down to 2 or 3 seconds, kick a field goal at the buzzer, victory. So instead, he went for it so they didn't have to give the ball back to Love.
That's
Because he thought Love might go down the field and kick a field goal and go to overtime. So, really aggressive, takes a lot of guts to make a call like that.
And I mean, it's half smart, half not smart, because he probably knows the Lions are an amazing team.
Yeah, well, what it does, I mean, it's risky.
Very.
Like, if you don't get that, all of a sudden, people are going to say, why didn't you kick the field goal, Coach Campbell? So it's sort of a double-edged sword where, yeah, if you get it, you look like a genius. If you don't, people are going to say, why? Why didn't you just take the lead? Huh? Taken off from her bigger sister. Okay. What do you have to say about this game where I think the Lions are a 2-point favorite?
2.5. Or just 2.
Just 2? Yeah. What are your thoughts? Because this is one of the games of the year.
If this game was in Buffalo, Detroit would probably take their second losing.
Oh, that's how you see this one? Okay.
Like the Chiefs and Bills game.
Okay, so you think Bills Mafia gives them that much of a home field advantage.
Yes.
But this one in Detroit.
I'm giving them a lose.
Oh, okay.
Or Bills a lose.
Yeah.
Lions 28, Bills 27.
Great game.
Great game.
So I don't think we've been different at all yet. And I think there have been a couple games where they have been close, where we could be different. But I am going to differ with you on this pick. I'm going to take a high-scoring game, Buffalo 42, Lions 40.
Wow.
So I don't know why. I just think the Bills are going to respond from their loss to the Rams.
And
And
get
a
a
lot-
high-scoring game.
And kind of like the Chiefs, the Lions have been playing some close games lately. I mean, they barely beat the Bears. They snuck past the Packers. I think one of these weeks it's going to come back to haunt them. And I just hope it's before the playoffs
Yeah.
and not in the playoffs. Okay, 2 more games at 3.
Buccaneers, Chargers.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield had 2 interceptions and lost a fumble against the Raiders. But they won pretty easily by 13 points, 14 points, something like that. 15 points. And they're now in first place in the NFC South because the Falcons lost to the Vikings. The Chargers are still in good wild card position even after that last second field goal that the Chiefs made.
Are the Bucks up there?
Bucks are 4th because they're winning their division. So if you're winning your division, you get in the top 4. Yep. So this is kind of another big game between playoff-worthy teams. And, kind of could go either way in my eyes.
I have a good game. Chargers 21, Bucks 20.
I'm going to be close to you on the score, but different from you on the winner again.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm taking an upset. I'll go Bucks 20, Chargers 19. And here's another huge. Maybe I spoke too early when I said the Bills Lions was the game of the week because this one is not too shabby either.
Steelers, Eagles.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is beginning a very tough stretch of their schedule. So they play at Philadelphia, then they play at Baltimore, then they're at home against Kansas City. Ooh, tough 3 games there.
I mean, they have a good playoff picture.
It's good that they're 10-3 or whatever they are, right? Are they 10-3? Yeah, 10-3. It's good that they're 10-3 because maybe they could afford 1 or 2 losses. You wouldn't want to lose all 3, probably. Philadelphia, it wasn't as easy as they probably would like it to be, but they beat Carolina to stay 1 game behind the NFC leading Lions. So, Russ, Saquon Barkley, Hurts, Najee Davenport, TJ Watt, or not Najee Davenport, Najee Harris. Wow. Whoops. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. The Eagles have some good players. I told you about those rookie cornerbacks they've got. You got a lot of star power on the field here. This is also the Battle of Pennsylvania. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh are both cities in Pennsylvania. How do you see the battle for, I think Pennsylvania is the Keystone State. So how do you think the battle for the Keystone State is going to go?
Keystone, like that one.
Yeah.
Well, I have a 2-point win.
Okay.
Is this going to be another?
I don't know. I have a 7-point win, but I don't know who you picked yet.
I'm just going to say my score then. Eagles 29, Steelers 27.
Okay. I'm going to agree with you on the winner then, but I am going to take the Eagles to cover the point spread. So I'll go Eagles 23, Steelers 16. 23-16. And we have 3 more games if your mom is in range, but I don't see her. Sunday Night Football, another big game. This is 2 playoff teams in the NFC if the season ended today.
Packers, Seahawks.
Yeah, the Packers are 6th in the NFC, but they could fall to 7th if they were to fall at Seattle, because the Commanders are just a game behind them. Seattle is now in first place in the NFC West after they swept the Cardinals. And their next 3 games, it's like the Seahawks are in the NFC North, it'll feel like. Because the Seahawks play Green Bay, and then Minnesota, and then the Bears.
Wow, but
So,
no Lions.
No Lions. I think they lost to them earlier in the year.
Oh.
Yeah, so they played the whole division. Just it's strange to see them play all 3 at once. So I show Packers by 3, even on the road. Is the point spread? Is that right? Pack by 3.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, how do you feel about this one?
I just can't pick the Packers.
Me neither, I guess. This is one I thought a long time about.
Seahawks 27, Packers 21.
Were you gonna say anything else? Yeah.
Did DK Metcalf get hurt?
I don't know. I thought he played against Arizona. I think he's kind of a guy who's always a little hurt. I think so. I don't know that Seattle has any huge injury concern right now. I was kind of like you. I don't want it to happen, so I'm not going to pick it to happen. Seattle 24, Packers 23.
Good game.
Good game. 2 games left, and this game, boy, you're going to it. Right?
Yep.
You're going to be a fan in the stands for the first time in your NFL fandom to see what great team play what abysmal team.
Bears travel here to play the Vikings.
So the Bears lost to the Vikings in overtime when these teams played in week 12. The first half against San Francisco might have been the worst half of football I've ever seen from the Bears. San Francisco had 319 yards of offense in the first half.
No way.
Okay, that's a lot. The Bears in the first half, that many yards. 4. Like from this table to that door. We got 2 games left. 4 yards. The Bears had 5 punts in the first half and 4 yards of offense.
Horrible.
I'm going to tell you a little story because my Uncle Steve, your great Uncle Steve, he probably had season tickets to Bears games when he lived in Chicago for, I would guess, 25 years. I don't really know the number. He had to sit through a lot of lousy Bears games, okay? He texted me in the third quarter of the Bears game against San Francisco last week. It was 2 words. I'm done. He turned the TV off, stopped watching the Bears. He did end up coming back to it, but then he turned it off again because they're garbage. The Bears are turning the most loyal of fans to not care, which is a bad place to be. That's a bad team. Firing the coach obviously did not have the kind of results And now you got to wonder, after getting smoked at San Francisco, are any of these players any good? You know? Like, okay, you blame the offensive coordinator, you blame the head coach. Now who do we have left to blame? I'm looking at the players.
I'm looking at one player.
Who? Uh-oh.
First draft.
Rookie?
Rookie.
I just hope the Bears aren't ruining him because they have a bad offensive line. And
I'm starting to think if they had Justin Fields still,
oh, no, don't say it. You think
They-
they'd be better?
might be a little better.
They might be. Wow,
I
that's
mean, Justin Fields did have like 2 games in, and he did pretty good.
he played pretty well with the Steelers, didn't he? And they kind of benched him for Wilson, sort of surprisingly.
Coming back in.
But looking at it now, Wilson's actually playing better.
Great.
Yeah, I'm not willing to necessarily go that far yet on the Fields Williams thing, but I am getting a little nervous for the future for Caleb Williams because I'm worried that the Bears will not be able to field a good team around him. You know, nobody can do it by themselves. So he needs help. And it's crazy, they need a lot of help. They need help on defense because they're not as good as people thought, as I thought. Their offensive line, I think, could use 3 new guys, maybe 4. You know, the receivers, DJ Moore has not played as well. Keenan Allen is not the guy that the Bears thought they were getting. Cole Kmet is invisible in games. Why? I don't know. DeAndre Swift will have 1 good game and 2 bad games. It's hard to know what the problem is. The Vikings, you surprisingly did not watch Sam Darnold throw 5 touchdown passes against the Falcons, 2 to Jefferson, 3 to Addison.
Addison is playing great.
Yeah. And actually Jefferson kind of got it going. He hadn't scored a touchdown in like a couple months. And then he scored 2 against Atlanta.
No.
So we only have, you know, if she comes in here, whatever. We'd only have 1 game left after this one. Vikings by 6.5. Is that the spread you've got there?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to this game. Tell me a little bit about what you expect to see, and then give me a score.
I expect to see the Vikings playing great.
I'm not surprised.
I don't believe in the Bears to win.
I don't believe. I believe in nothing.
Who's their schedule to play next?
The Bears? Oh, you don't want to hear it.
Oh no.
Detroit, Seattle, Green Bay. And they've already lost 7 in a row.
I don't believe the Bears are gonna win any more.
No,
games.
they're gonna go 4-13. It's pretty much a given. Yeah. Yep.
Someone at school named Miles is starting to brag about the Vikings being so great.
Yeah, really?
And the Bears being.
Well, he's right this year. There's not much you can do. You can just say, we'll get you next year, Miles. That's all you can really say. Maybe next year. Because I don't think it's going to happen Monday night.
Well, I have Vikings 28-17.
And you promised me you didn't look at my card when you were picking that score?
Nope.
What do I have?
Oh god.
Vikings 28, Bears 17. I don't want to see it happen. Well, I don't even care. Whatever.
Are you gonna watch this next Falcons Raiders game?
Well, I'll probably watch that one on my phone or not at all. Because, yeah, this will be one where since you're at the game, you won't be able to watch. So maybe I'll watch it on my phone while I watch the Bears and Vikings on my TV. So, yeah, you said the game, right? Falcons Raiders.
Falcons Raiders.
Let's see here. The Falcons 4 losses in a row, and now Kirk Cousins in those 4 games, 0 touchdowns, 8 picks. And they've now fallen 1 game behind the Bucs in the NFC South. Raiders, this is a little different from what I've been saying, like a broken record. The Raiders have a 2-11 record and have been eliminated from the AFC playoffs.
That is going to be good because I'm not going to hear that again.
Yeah, yeah. One thing to say about the Raiders, Aiden O'Connell, their quarterback, got a little dinged up.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought that maybe this guy Desmond Ritter would play, who was the Falcons quarterback last year, which would actually add a little bit of a revenge element. Ooh, it's the Desmond Ritter revenge game. But now they think O'Connell might play. So Ritter
They should have Ritter.
just throw him out there because O'Connell's not too good.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of a score you got for this game that you will not see because you will be at US Bank Stadium cheering on? Now, tell me this. What colors are you going to wear to the Vikings-Bears game? Do you have your wardrobe planned? Like, what team are you going to be supporting?
Orange
Okay.
and purple.
Orange and purple? Okay, those are
Orange.
the Clemson Tiger colors. Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, that was a little aside. I wanted to know if you would be wearing full-on purple or you're going to hedge your bets. You're going to support both teams?
Mm-hmm.
You'll do a lot of cheering then, it sounds like. Okay, getting back to this Falcons-Raiders game, what do you got?
Falcons 27, Raiders 21.
Okay, I'm going to pick it a little closer. Falcons 21, Raiders 20. Now, it's a big week. I think we've got 2 or 3 games that we picked different, maybe only 2. And we picked another same score with the Bears-Vikings game. So I can't say I'm necessarily cheering for a 28-17 Vikings win, but if I got it right, we'd be perfect on that game.
I'd like to hear the bye week games.
There are no bye weeks. Bye weeks are done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because playoffs are coming.
We're getting close. So we've only got 3 weeks after this. We're going to have some weird games too. I think on Christmas is a Wednesday, and there are games on Christmas. So we might actually have to do me and my uncle on Christmas Eve on a Tuesday. But we'll figure that out, right?
Oh, I didn't like that.
You wouldn't like that?
Maybe we could do it on Monday.
Monday?
Like-
Maybe. Yeah. Well, we can talk about
But
it
that
tomorrow.
would be before the.
The Monday night
Vikings
games
and
even.
Bears.
Right. Yeah, we can't do it Monday. That'll be hard because you're going to that game.
Yeah.
Or no, because we're talking about a different Monday. We're
Yeah.
talking about a totally
yeah.
different Monday. Yeah, closer to Christmas. So, okay. Good luck with your picks, bud. Bear down. Don't embarrass me on Monday night like you did on Sunday afternoon, please. And I hope you have fun at the game on Monday, regardless of the score. If the Bears win, I hope you're happy. If the Vikings win, I hope you're happy.
I'm gonna be happy.
Either way, you're seeing NFL action live and in person.
From Minnesota.
See you, friends, family, well-wishers. Thanks for watching. Yeah, chuckle. All right. Good times.